It is Monday, June 27th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
And we are back for our best picks in the MLB. Happy Monday to everyone out there. We got our favorite money line, we got a team total over, and we got our favorite NRFI coming your guys' way.
It's a new week, guys. That means it's time to make some money. And no better time to go down real quick and hit that subscribe button for us. Help us grow this channel. We're closing in on 35,000 subs. Can't do it without you guys in the community. So go down, do us that favor real quick.
Yeah, go down below, hit that subscribe button. We certainly would appreciate it. Yesterday, we said we'd do a giveaway for our same game parlay if it hit, and man, that was a brutal break. If you know, you know. But let's talk about a recap of yesterday. A 2-2 day. As you guys can see, I'm still wearing my Judge shirt, and boy, oh boy, that was a sweaty one. He gets his over 1.5 based on a walk-off homer. But Rockies plus 1.5, we'll talk about that one in a second. They were, 2 for 16 runners in scoring position, lose by 3. They stranded 30 base runners yesterday, an unreal beat. Devers and Bogaerts, we both needed them to get a hit. Devers went, he easily got his hit. Bogaerts had 6 plate appearances, 2 walks, 1 hit by pitch. A brutal day for that one. But of course, NRFI Nation gets to wave those flags. That's all you can ask for. We're going to keep bouncing back. As always, our parlay of the day is live on OddsJam. Now, today you might set an email sign up. So if you click on the link that we'll put in the pinned comment, you might get a sign up for OddsJam. If you don't mind signing up for them, we certainly would appreciate it. And I'll give you a spoiler. We'll talk about the parlay of the day at the end of the video, but you're going to have to make sure you're using your ears and listening. But Logan, I got nothing else for the people. Let's get the show started.
Yeah, I'm still hungover from the Rockies beat yesterday, but that's fine. You know what? Today we're going to a classic money line pick, no run line. Rangers versus Royals, and I'm taking the Rangers money line. Currently minus 135 odds on BetMGM. You've got, as Austin is pulling up right here, it's pretty standard right across the books. The values kind of shifted a little bit. It was like minus 130-ish last night on FanDuel, and it's like 140-ish on most books. So it definitely is trending more towards a lot of people back in the Rangers, and for good reason, right? It's Monday. Mondays suck. Mondays suck even more for the Kansas City Royals. Kansas City 1-8 on Mondays. That's the worst record in the MLB. All right, end of analysis. Austin, you're next.
All right, so we're gonna go with.
No, I'm just kidding on that one. There is more logic to how bad the Royals have been just on Mondays. You don't bet trends solely in the MLB. Kansas City though did lose 2 out of 3. 2 out of their 3 in the series versus Oakland, and that's not a good series to drop, right? Oakland is one of the worst teams in the MLB. And Texas, they didn't look great in their series versus Washington, but at least the Nationals, have some good offense and some good hitters. So I can stomach their series loss a little bit more than Kansas City losing at home to Oakland. But today we have the battle of the lefties. Martin Perez versus Chris Bubitz, right? And Texas has been great versus lefties this year. 15-10 against lefties this year. So I do like that for a piece of evidence. Now let's talk about Chris Bubitz. 2, 3, and 4 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts. Ooh, this ERA, get ready for it, boys. 7.78 home ERA. That's atrocious, and a 1.88 WHIP. Woof. Having a WHIP around 2 is not good one bit. You want that number to be lower. You want it ideally to be under 1. It stands for walks and hits per inning pitched. And Chris Bubitz is just about as shaky as the pitchers as you get, right? Texas also, they hit lefties well, as I mentioned. They're 9th in OPS versus lefties. They should be able to hit Chris Bubitz. Don't go out and make him look like a Cy Young winner. Please, let's not do that today. On the side for Texas, though, we got Martin Perez. 0, 1, and 6 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts. His road ERA is amazing, right? 1.76 road ERA. To have an under 2 road ERA is just this far into the season is still extremely impressive to me. And Martin Perez, I trust. I really do think he'll pitch a solid outing. And Kansas City's offense has been anything but consistent. 27th in runs, 25th in hits, 15th in OPS versus lefties. So they're about middle of the pack. But that offense, guys, it just goes stale real quick in a lot of these games. And then starting pitchers aside, let's talk about the bullpen. Texas, 10th in bullpen ERA. I like a top 10 bullpen as well. Kansas City, 3rd worst in bullpen ERA. They are not a great bullpen one bit. They come in and sell a lot of these games. If it's close, let's just say it is close through 5-6 innings. I think the Rangers should be able to, get some runs there. This game will be decided, in the bullpens if Texas doesn't already rock Bubitz. Honestly, I think they should be able to. He pitched way too well in his last outing. We do remember that, but I definitely think the Rangers should win this one and start us off with a 1-0 day. But Austin, what do you got for your pick today?
Yeah, so I was looking at player props, and you'll kind of hear this as kind of a fade of a player prop in a way, but I'll give you a couple of leans for player props as well. But we're going to go to the Rockies, and we're going to take a team total over 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings. So I put first half team total as plus 105 on DraftKings. So we're seeing DraftKings only book with a line right now. Sharper books are minus 103, so pretty decent value, but you'll get a line on all your books eventually. If you want to take the over in the first 5 for just in general, I don't mind that either. But let's talk about why we like the Rockies today. Now, like Logan was saying, Rockies a great team against lefties. Or like Logan was talking about, the Rangers a great team against lefties. An even better team is the Rockies. And look, Tyler Anderson and the Dodgers are in Coors Field today taking on the Rockies. And Anderson, like I just talked about, he's a left-handed pitcher. So look at the Rockies, first in batting average versus lefties. They're actually tied with the White Sox, who also mashed lefties and mashed Tyler Anderson. They're third in OPS. And look, they've been crushing lefties all season long. And at home, they get even better. They're batting 299 versus lefties, 375 on base percentage, and an 865 OPS. They've been absolutely unreal. Now, Anderson, he hasn't been unhittable. I mean, we saw him in the first half of the year. You could look at his record. What is he, 8-9-0? But still, he hasn't been unhittable. He's just been getting a lot of run support by the Dodgers. And you look at him, 4 runs allowed in 2 of his last 3 starts, both on the road, in which he get allowed 4+ runs. That was teams like the Reds. I believe the White Sox was another team that he allowed 4 runs to. Now, Anderson, you look at his hit prop, 6.5. Yeah, 6.5 is a very high number. It's about even value, plus value on a couple books, like plus 105. But a 6.5 hit allowed prop is very high for a guy that's, one, not going to pitch too far into games. The Dodgers do normally limit him to around 80 to 90 pitches. And 2, this is a guy that's gone under in 6 straight starts. So the fact that they're putting a 6.5 line, they're like begging you to take the under. And if he's going to be giving up 7+ hits, I don't know how long he lasts into the game. And that likely means the Rockies are hopefully putting up some runs. Now, you look at the Rockies. They faced 12 left-handed starting pitchers at home this year. They've hit the over 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings in 8 of 12. If you want to take the regular team total at 4.5, I don't mind that either. Hopefully they can get us 5 runs in the first half and make this a no-sweat bet for everyone. But look, that included 5 of the last 6 left-handed starters they've hit this over against. Rockies scored 3 in the first 5 yesterday against Joe Ryan. He's not a lefty, but like Logan knows, they could have even had more runs yesterday. They stranded 30 people on base. They were terrible runners in scoring position, yet they still managed to hit those guys in and get at least 3 runs in the first half. That was all they ended up scoring, but I do think they can get after it. Now, like I said, I was considering taking Anderson's under 17.5 pitching outs as my player prop of the day, but the Dodgers did just use like 6 or 7 bullpen arbs, so they might leave Anderson in a little bit longer. I did want to look at a couple splits versus him. Jonathan Daza, he's hitting 667 versus him, 2 for 3. Connor Joe, we really needed you yesterday, Connor Joe. We need you today. He's batting 100, only 1 for 1. And then CJ Cron, 1 for 3 versus Tyler Anderson. We need Charlie Blackmon to step up. He hasn't been great, but I really do like the Rockies. I think they get this over 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings. Get a little bit of plus value on this Monday afternoon, Monday evening. Sign me up. Now let's talk about 2 player props I did look at besides Anderson's hits over allowed. Kevin Gausman, like his over 5.5 hits allowed. It's like plus 105 value. He's going to be starting for the Blue Jays today against the Red Sox. We know the Red Sox have a lot of capable batters. So if you want to look for guys like JD Martinez or maybe Xander Bogaerts and they're over 1.5 bases, don't mind that either. And another guy that they like to leave in, Lucas Giolito of the White Sox, over 5.5 hits allowed. Now, I will give you a spoiler. He's kind of involved in the parlay of the day, so we'll talk about him in a second. But look, I really like both those 2 props, but my only pick of the day, we'll only stick to 3 plays, is going to be that Rockies team total over in the first 5 innings. But our third play, Logan, I think the people know what it's going to be, but if they don't know, it's going to be Nerfy Nation time, baby. Grab those flags. We've been on a great run all year long, and hopefully we can continue that and wave these Nerfy Nation flags. Some people, if you're new, you're like, what the heck are these guys doing with the flags? Well, those are just our Nerfy Nation flags. If you're a COS All-Star, you can hit that join button and get the Nerfy Nation flag. But let's go to our Nerfy. We're on Marlins Cardinals, taking the no-run first inning, minus 124 on Barstool. We actually see this kind of even around all books. It's rare to see all books around the same, minus 124 to minus 135, all these 5 major books. But why do we like this one? Well, on the mound for the Cardinals today is Adam Wainwright. And, he's 8-6 on no-run first innings. The Milwaukee Brewers have his number because they're a result of 3 of his Yerfies. But Wainwright's decent, and you can't spell Wainwright without a couple W's. So I think he can get it done for us. I mean, Wainwright did Nerfy versus Miami earlier this year. Look at the Marlins, 29th in first inning runs. So if I need a guy to give me a Nerfy, Wainwright's probably not my number 1 choice, but he's on the list, and I think he give him those first 3 outs. What about the next guy, Logan?
Pablo Lopez doesn't have any W's in his name, but he's going to get us the next 3 outs we need. Now he is 7-7 on no run first innings this year, which, yeah, I mean, not amazing. I'd like it to be a little bit better, but I know the caliber of pitcher he is, and he has faced some really, really good teams. So I can cut him a break there. He did already NRFI versus St. Louis this year. We like to see that. St. Louis is 6th in first inning runs, and they've been definitely improving on that recently. It helps to face the Cubs and their meatball launcher pitchers. So that helped them out in the first inning. But against Pablo Lopez, some of the hitters that are probably going to be in the top half of the order, Tommy Edman, 1 for 5 versus Lopez, and Paul Goldschmidt, 0 for 6 versus Lopez career-wise. This over-under set to 7.5. And I mean, it's for good reason, right? Both teams are trotting out pretty solid pitchers, not their aces, but they're like next tier down. I think this stands a really good chance at cashing. We're going to wave the flags and start a NRFI. How about a NRFI straight week? You down for that?
I'm all for it. Now, I would rather Pablo Lopez be 7-7 than 7-4-7, because he's 7-for-7. That's a knock on wood jinx stat. So that's our NRFI of the day. Marlins versus Cardinals. Not really a lot of games on today, so that's going to be our best choice. Now, like I said, I kind of spoiled it. Our parlay of the day, you're going to have to tune in, because this is what it is going to be. It's going to be White Sox and Angels over 4.5 runs in the first 5 innings. So we're taking Logan's pick, the Rangers money line. I think it's like plus 245 total combined. So that's what we're retracting parlay of the day. Obviously, it's on OddsJam. If you want to go give us a click and go check it out, we certainly would appreciate it. But those are our 3 plays of the day. No more added plays. We appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. Have a great week. We'll see you guys back again, same spot Tuesday morning. Peace.